Hello, creeplings! Peeps and I were just getting ready to go to bed. Who are we kidding? No, we never sleep. The darkness is too terrifying now. We're actually getting ready to do the Boogeyman Ritual for this week's Will It Kill Me? And it's actually really easy to summon the Boogeyman. But I'm sure that you guys are asking, Lupus, why do you want to summon the Master of Fear and Terror? Well, creeplings, it's because he seems to also be a Master of Wishes. Yes, if you can manage to outlast the Boogeyman's terror, he'll grant you one wish. So, we've tried to get some wishes before. Let's see if the Boogeyman can pull it off. As I said, it's actually really easy to summon him. First off, you need to do it after midnight. And it's actually after 1 a.m. here. You can probably see the phone right there. So we're well after midnight. Second, you need 3 candles. I have 2 more over here. You might not be able to see them. So specifically, you need to also carve a bee into them. I don't know if you can see that there. Hopefully you guys can. But the bee is to let the Boogeyman know that you're calling out to him. Finally, you need to make yourself comfy, get into your bed, put on your sleeping attire. That's why I have my sweats and my comfy shirt on. And you go to your closet door and open it just a bit to give him an entrance. There, that should be good enough right there. From there, you light your candles, turn out the lights, and hope the Boogeyman doesn't get you. Now, your biggest protection against the Boogeyman is, well, like any big child's protection, a blanket. You must keep yourself covered the entire time throughout this ritual. If he happens to see just a part of you uncovered, he'll grab it and bring you down to the darkness, torturing you for the rest of eternity. Sounds like fun, doesn't it? Now, once you have your preparations complete, and the room is dark, and your candles are lit, you'll start the ritual by saying, Boogeyman, Boogeyman, creator of fear, I'm not afraid. Boogeyman, king of darkness, bring me the dark. Boogeyman, Boogeyman, I invite you in. That's when you pull the covers up and over you, and the game has begun. The Boogeyman is now in the closet, staring at you. From there, he'll creep out and cause a series of sounds and disturbing things. And if you can outlast him for about 15 to 30 minutes, it'll quiet down. That's when you say, Boogeyman, Boogeyman, welcome to my home. I'm not afraid. I welcome you here. You have his attention now, and you can ask him your wish. Once that's happened, you say, Boogeyman, Boogeyman, mother is coming. And you stay under your blankets for about 30 seconds. And after that, you can leave. You're safe. You've completed the ritual, and you hopefully get your wish. Now, if things get a little too hairy, you can always bail by saying, Mother, Mother, I'm afraid. If you scream that, the Boogeyman will think your mother's coming, and he'll run off. That's it. So, I have my stuff right here. Let's get this going. Hopefully Peeps will give me a little bit of company during this. Maybe she'll protect me, I don't know. But one thing's for sure, she was not wanting to let me in this room alone. So, to prevent her from scratching at the door, she has joined me in this ritual. Let's go ahead and get ourselves started. Start by lighting the candles. There's one. We have candle number 2. And candle number 3. I think actually the biggest thing I'm worried about is one of these falling over and starting a fire. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay. Lights out, creeplings. we go. Let me get my words here. Boogeyman, creator of fear. I am not afraid. Boogeyman, king of darkness. Bring me the dark. Boogeyman, boogeyman. I invite you in. Boogeyman, boogeyman, welcome to my home. I'm not afraid. I welcome you here. Now I wish. My father has been feeling all that well, and I'd really appreciate it if he could get a little more health back to him. That's genuinely what I want. Thank you. Now, boogeyman, boogeyman, mother is coming. Okay, Creeplings. Now, I have to say first off, it got really hot under those blankets after a while. And second, it's really, it's probably really kind of scary playing this game with your pets in the room, because you can, hear and feel them moving around, and, yeah. So, I was trying to keep track of Peeps, actually, because I know she was moving around kind of exploring, because I'm actually using, my roommate's room, Sarah and Shane's room for this, because they have a closet, my room doesn't. I didn't realize that one of their cats was hiding in here. So I actually just saw her kind of dart away when I came up. So I was keeping track of Peeps. And then I started to feel and hear something over here. In fact, I think I even felt something like shift on the bed right next to me. And that's when I actually decided, well, okay, now, according to the ritual, it says he should be by the bed. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can, do the next part from there. Well, since the cats really aren't freaking out, see Peeps over on the side, she's just exploring. Unless they're really cool with the boogeyman, which I'm assuming they're not. I'm guessing that he didn't come, but I'll have to review the tape later. I might have to try this again without the pets, but the problem is Peeps likes to scratch at doors. If she's not in the same room as me sometimes, and I know I will freak the hell out if I hear some scratching going on. But, to be honest, I think this is a really interesting ritual. I think it's a really good one, but I'm not a big believer in the boogeyman. It's, the classic monster that under your bed, in the closet. But really, the boogeyman can be anything, and even going as far as, he'll drag you away into hell or something like that. But I've even heard stories where the boogeyman will come, hide in your bed, and then tickle your feet at the, during the night, and you might get a wart. So, the boogeyman really is just kind of something that's changed and developed. I don't think it's one central being or anything like that that will come out and grant you wishes on top of that. Especially since it seems like it's a very easy ritual. It doesn't say anything about, it says you shouldn't move or make a sound, but really it says don't put the covers off. So I guess you could almost scream and, cry out in terror and everything, but as long as you got the covers on, you're safe. But it does really bring you back to that childlike fear, which I always like. It's one reason why I really liked Among the Sleep and the Boogeyman game that I played and Five Nights at Freddy's 4. It's that fear you have as a kid where, every shadow in your room might be some kind of creature. There might be a monster in your closet or under your bed. And the only thing that will keep these monsters away is your blanket and the lights. It's very interesting and imaginative, and I just always have liked that classic fear. And this one is nice because it really, it kind of brought that back to me. Just remembering like being a little kid hiding under a blanket with a flashlight and hoping that the monsters would go away. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We do have much more Will It Kill Me. Brittany also has her new series that's going to be coming out every other Friday, alternating with my Will It Kill Me, and that's A Pinch of Occult. She'll be looking at potions and spells and the like, so if you guys have any suggestions for her, put it in the comments, or better yet, send it to our submission email. That's lupuscreepus@gmail.com. Feel free to send us ritual ideas, stories, your own personal experiences, spells, games you want me to play, all that fun stuff. Send them there. Best way for me to keep organized because my organization skills are crap. Well, anyway, this is Lupus, and Peeps is over there. I'm gonna see if I can grab her. Oh, no, she escaped. I tried. And we are out.